Are we live? Yes, we are live. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Just depends on when you are watching this video. Hopefully, you're watching live this morning. And if not, thank you for watching the replay. I want to welcome you to Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. Lyonsview Realty, we provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. Um, our team is phenomenal, so we would really like to assist you with your next real estate transaction. So you can reach out to us at info@lyonsviewrealty.com. Um, we have our Lyonsview Lifestyle Academy that is in development, but we're offering real estate pre licensing and continuing education courses, credit counseling, and distressed homeowner solutions, which some people are going to need after this year. And some people are in the process of right now. So if you are struggling, trying to figure it all out, you can always go to YouTube and watch our videos on forbearance, or on Facebook, watch the videos on forbearance and loans, or you can call our office for a consult. The consults are free for sellers and for buyers, but there's a lot of free information if you just want to figure out how things work on the YouTube and Facebook videos. And we also offer lifestyle health, wellness, and wellness education. So, going to be launching that program January 1st for those of you health conscious people. And you know, your physical health is part of your wealth and your fitness as well. So, Lyonsview Realty, we launched Financial Fridays to really help you stay current on those trends that impact your bottom line. Our goal is to provide you with resources, information, and tips to assist you in making the best financial decisions. And our commitment is to maximize your wealth building power now and in the future. This slide is kind of weird today. So I'm glad that you tuned in today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, just want to be a resource to you. And if you have any questions, you can do them in the chat below. If you have any suggestions on topics that you would like to hear or you'd like more information about, you can type that in the comment section as well. So today, I'm going to be talking about house, then the car. Yes, house, then the car. And House Then the Car is a national initiative of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. And it's one of 8 initiatives that President Donnell Williams launched at the beginning of his term. And they range from initiatives that focus on our seasoned individuals, we call that Rosie, seasoned individuals in real estate, to our millennials and our extennials, depending on which branch you're in. So there are quite a few millennials and extennials who make over $100,000 a year who do not own real estate. And you may not know this, but for Americans, 89% of your wealth is determined by your real estate holdings. So if you do not own property, you are behind the 8 ball. And also, of those millennials who do not own real estate, you are doing yourself a disservice because you are in purchasing power. And now more than ever, because the interest rates are so low, they started with President Obama being extremely low, and they have consistently stayed low through this administration. It's a great time to invest in property. It's a great time to, um, yeah, to invest in property. And it's also a great time to refinance as well. So I'm gonna do Uh-oh. 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 Hi. I went out to get my guests, and I guess I went out too. I was like, "Oh, I went out to get my guests, and then I went out too." So hopefully we didn't lose anybody. Hey, how you doing, Avery?
I'm good. Good. How are you this morning?
Oh, I am excellent, excellent, excellent. So
Fantastic.
I was just sharing about the initiatives for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers and talking about our millennials and how it's really
Yeah.
important that the millennials uh, purchase because now, under President Obama, the low interest rates started and they've continued through this administration. And so it's a really great time because you can get more house for your money with the lower
Yeah.
interest rates. It's the lowest they've been in a long, long time. And also, if you already own property, you can also um, refinance
Hmm.
existing properties and lower your interest rate. And I know some people who've lowered their interest rates by as much as
Yeah.
$600 a month, which is pretty significant. So definitely, definitely take care of that. But I
Yeah.
want to introduce Mr. Avery Ruff, who is the president of the Southern New Jersey chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Welcome, Avery. Thank you for joining me
Thank you.
today.
Thank you so much for having me, Clara. Thank you. And we were together, I guess, probably about maybe a month and a half ago when we talked about another initiative when we're talking about the D free. But this, the latest one that we have here with Millennial, the initiative that we're doing with the millennials house in the car. I tell you, and you and I know that we're both in the real estate community, and folks say, "Well, when's a great time to buy? When's the best time to buy?" And for some folks, it's always a great time to buy. But this has just been. I mean, you can do your own research and find out this is the best time to buy.
It is.
As you say, the interest rates are low. You just talked about refinancing. Anything regarding real estate to save you money, to maximize, your portfolio, your wealth moving forward. This truly is the best time. And we know, being in this industry for such a long period of time, we do not know when this time is ever going to come back around again. So even if you're just starting, do your research, get in, get something. I mean, you really have to take advantage of this, and it will be this way, hopefully, at least until moving into the first quarter of next year. So it's not a thing where you have to hurry up, but you do have to begin to do your homework and position yourself so you can do something pretty soon. But that being said, thanks for having me this morning.
Oh, indeed. I mean, that's important to say. And I think one of the things that the Southern New Jersey chapter is doing for the millennials, and you want to talk about the Monday millennial lunch break. The
Yes.
information, like you said, get ready. What you're providing for people to get ready, yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
Needless to say, I'm not a millennial, so that's what we could say first. But I've had my co-hosts on a Latina Games, and we've been doing Millennial Live Mondays every Monday from 12:30. Try to do it around the lunch hour, and we just wanted to provide, you know, the initiative's been geared towards millennials. And as we know, Clara, myself, and other members of the real estate community know that it's 1.7 million millennials out there that are mortgage ready that choose not to buy for whatever reason. Some of them feel as though, hey, I can't do this because I don't want to be tied down. I'm very comfortable living at home in my mom's basement. I just don't know the process. Is it going to be a good value for me? So those are some of the topics that we, have tackled beginning at the, I want to say 25th or 26th of September through the month of October. And I do believe we have 2 more weeks to go. So we do have this week coming, and we're going to do a recap the following Monday. But, we've as I said, I have my co-host Latina Gaines, who is a millennial. So I've really been picking her brain as far as trying to get on track of, how the folks in that, that segment of our community, how they think, and what it is that we need to cover in order for them to move along and try to purchase property, whether it be investment, whether it be to live in. What is the best way in order to do that, to get the information out there so that they can begin to, to create wealth. And the whole thing of Millennial Monday was built around house then the car. And obviously we do know, living in South Jersey, we do need a car to move around, to get from point A to point B, even though there is, limited, public transportation. But you don't necessarily have to spend that $80,000 to $100,000 on that a luxury car, where you can get a decent car, but yet still put some of your money into, real estate, whether that be a property, as I said, that you live in, whether you're using it for an investment, only because, cars we know depreciate very quickly. So the value of that car is not going to be 5 years down the road as it was when you first purchased it. But the likelihood and way things are going, you purchase that property today, within 5 years, it's going to appreciate. So, these are the kinds of things that we have discussed and talked about on our Millennial Live Mondays. And I have to say, it definitely has been a lot of fun. And me, I like to talk. Latina, she has great energy. And, once we start our conversation and we're in, it's like, oh, well, it's time to wrap up. So it's just been an awful lot of fun. And, hopefully once we get through this segment, that we'll be able to perhaps, have something in the future, as far as whether it be on Mondays or whether it's going to be Hump Day Wednesday or whatever. But hopefully we can continue to, to still have our, our video segment, with this platform.
Awesome. Awesome. There was a couple of things that you said. So one, it being a great time to purchase, and the information that is provided on the Millennial Lunch Break that SJ
Mhm.
NARAD is doing is not only for millennials, it's for
Right.
anyone
Yeah.
who is looking to purchase property, and they just need kind of information on the different areas, because you've talked about credit, you've talked about the lending process, you've talked about the debt process, and
Yes.
you talked about
Yeah.
tools, you
Mhm.
mentioned the D-Free initiative. So all of these are things that anybody who is interested, but millennials specifically, because, if I think I purchased my first property, I was actually a millennial at the time.
Hey.
Yeah. And the leverage, if you've owned a property for any period of time, the ways that you can leverage that property to do other things, to purchase the next property, to
Mhm.
help, with emergencies. A lot of people are using their properties to get through this pandemic. And someone asked me, they said, "Why are all these sales going on?" Because people who own multiple properties
Yes.
are downloading properties to get
Mhm.
cash flow.
That's correct.
You know,
Yes. Yeah.
they're downloading properties to get cash flow because they can. They're leveraging those properties to get cash flow to get them through this time. But if you don't have
Mhm.
property to leverage, or you don't have equity, which is important,
Right.
equity is the difference between what you owe and what the value of that property is in the current daytime, today.
Mhm. Yes.
So if you bought it for 50,000 and now it's worth 100,000, you're sitting on
Yeah.
$50,000 worth of
Yes.
equity that you can
Yes.
use. And as long as you own the property, you can use that equity over and over and over. You
Mhm.
use it, pay it back. You use it, pay it back. You use it, pay it back. So it's like the piggy bank that keeps on giving.
Yes. Yes, it is. And these are some of the things we talk about that millennials don't know. Obviously at the young age that folks are transitioning, whether it be from college, their first job, and so forth. So those are one of the benefits of owning property that that you can definitely take advantage of. And once again, with the interest rates being rock bottom so low, this is the perfect time to take advantage of purchasing that first property. So it's like I said, it has been an awful lot of fun, and it's just we also know too that some millennials like to get their information in small segments.
Mhm.
So that's how we've been trying to do this, but just trying to pique your interest in different different facets of the business in order to be able to position yourself to purchase that property. So there is an awful lot of things that you need to do to prepare for that. So we just want to make sure that we get that information out there.
Indeed. And the other thing, I guess, the tools and the resources.
Mhm.
So on the House and the Car website, there are several tools that are available. And what I like about the tools is that you don't have to put any of your personal information. When I say that, your name or your
Yeah.
email address or any
Right.
of those things. But on the site, there are budget tools, there are credit tools, there's a FICO score estimator, which is pretty
Mhm.
awesome. I
Yeah. Yeah.
actually
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Yeah, they just ask a bunch of questions, and then they'll estimate what your FICO credit score is. And then the down payment resources where you can put in any address in USA
Mhm.
and get those down payment assistance programs that are in uh, your area. And I think, yeah, you just put in an address. So I don't think you
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
put
And
it.
that's a national website too. So it's awesome. It really is, just to begin to start the process, to get some just that information out there. It's phenomenal, you know.
Yeah. And I'm trying to see if Tam is going to jump on. I'm going to wait a little bit for a
Okay.
minute to talk about ambassadors, but talk a little bit about D Free, which is another tool
D
that.
free. That oh man, I tell you, that's another budgeting tool that is it's a 12-step process. And what it is that just gets you in the mindset from beginning to end, as far as when it comes to getting your finances in order. And we know that sometimes when we reach a point in our lives where we however way you get there, but at a certain point you're going to have to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, listen, I need to get my finances in order.
Mhm.
So that program starts you from beginning, and like I said, from beginning to end, and it's a 12-step process, and it's a budgeting tool that walks you down the road of from having debt to having no debt, and the ways in which and the things you need to do in order to work yourself out of there. And it even has a process for you to save, because some folks think, oh man, I got so many bills and I'm in debt so much I'm never going to be able to save. Well, that is a tool in there as well, that as you're paying down your debt, you can still save some money,
Mhm.
whether it ends up being however way you set this up for yourself. And you have to be realistic. You really have to be realistic that if you have a huge number of debt, or huge amount of debt, then to tell yourself, I want to save $1,000 a month, that's not going to happen. But you can put 20, 30, $40 aside a month, and then you can see those savings grow, and you can see your debt decrease.
Mhm.
And it's a wonderful program that you basically police yourself. But once again, you have to be realistic of your goals, and you have to, be realistic of what it is that you want to do, and what, how you want to accomplish. And one of those, areas in the D free is that you have to be honest with yourself. You have
Mhm.
to recognize, hey, listen, I'm way out of control, and I need to, to get some control here.
Yeah.
So if first of all, you have to, realize that portion of it. Then you have to lay out all your bills and find out where you are. So
Mhm.
you can't be realistic with yourself if you don't know where you are financially. And
It's
that is
so many
put
people.
everything, yes,
There's
put
so many
all you,
people who don't know, like, who
yeah.
don't know how much money they have going out every month or how much money they spend. I have this, like, little app on my phone, that every time, I committed to every time I spend some money just to put in there what it
Hmm.
is. And then when you can see the money just adding up that you're spending, it's
Yes.
like, oh my God, am I
Yeah.
spending that much money? Yeah. On
And,
miscellaneous crap, not even the consistent bills, which
right.
you free ups, you track those consistent bills. Yeah.
And it's funny that that you bring that up because that's part of the D free process. But for some people, they truly don't know how much through the course, and part of the course is to, as you spend every penny from paycheck to paycheck, write down every single thing you spend. And we all know that sometimes, no matter how tight things are, there is some place,
Where you can get rid of.
whether, yes, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, there's some place where you can cut to say, wow, that's 20, 30, that's $40 there that I very easily could put aside in a savings account.
Yeah. And why is that important in the house than the car initiative? Because we're not just saying it arbitrarily. A car note can be anywhere now. I mean, when I was
Mhm.
getting a car, they were like 200. You could get a
Right.
car note. Now the car notes are 500, 300, $600, and
Yes.
that's debt. And the bank to, get you into a property is looking at your debt load, right? So
Mhm.
if your debt load is 50% or more of what, you make, you can't afford a house.
Right. That's right.
You can't afford a house. So, and that car, that high-end car, people need a car to get to work. But,
True. True.
if you're up in the ante, you're like, okay, I'm gonna up the ante and get this $600 a month car note. And that's getting your debt to over that 50% point of
Yeah.
based on everything else you spend. You either got to figure out someplace else to cut that money or, get a less expensive car note,
Mhm.
because you won't be able to invest in real estate with that car. Now, after you get the property,
Mhm.
if you're still balling pretty good, you can go on and get the get the car, but again, you're still making yourself tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're still making yourself tight, and the key is you wanna hold on to the property. You can always get another car,
That's
but
true.
the car does not pay you back,
Mhm.
the house pays you back. So, house, then the car is why we are just driving that message,
That's right.
it
And what we say at South Jersey NARAB and National Association of Real Estate Brokers is that if you have a Land Rover and a landlord, that's not the dynamics you want to be
yeah, what
in.
does Percy say? You are in violation. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, one of our
Right.
executive directors at the national level, she coined that phrase. It's like, "You are in violation."
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Because we know it's important for us to be financially independent. So we want to make those smart decisions as we're coming down the road here. And sometimes, and it's certain families and people, we have some folks that can help us along the way, and others we have to learn on the way ourselves.
Mhm.
So this is a thing where we just hand in hand with the community out there, just want to make sure that we get that proper information out there, and just to help folks and become a resource as well, a resource when it comes to different issues in the real estate community, especially here in South Jersey, that we are out in the community, we're always working, we're doing stuff. And this is just one of the ways that we just like to stay in touch.
Yeah. And I think, Southern New Jersey NAREB, of course, is my heart.
Mhm.
And, you're doing a phenomenal job, keeping keeping things moving forward. I sent Tam the link. I'm not sure she's going to be able to jump on, but I wanted
Okay.
to talk a little bit about being an ambassador and also being a realtist, because we are a special breed. And I don't think people understand that we have so many resources in our tool belt that we get through our relationship with the National Association of Real Estate Brokers that other real estate professionals don't have. I mean, we've been passing out information on down payment assistance for a long,
Hmm.
long time. We know where all of the funds are. We know where the programs are to help people be successful in real estate. And talk a little bit. There are four of us, myself, Mr. Avery Ruff, Miss Tammy Trotter, who is our Vice President of Southern New Jersey, and Miss Tiffany Radamicke,
Yes, yes.
who are ambassadors here in South Jersey. So talk a little bit, Avery, about being an ambassador and what that means for you and what that means for the millennials that you serve.
I, I don't want to get too emotional here, but being an ambassador for the house and the car, it's just special to me because I realize that it's geared to millennials, but yet that conversation can be for anybody who's looking to own and purchase a home. And
Mhm.
we know that in order to help sustain our communities, to strengthen our communities, and help to have our members of our family and to be in something that's yours,
Yeah.
and sometimes with that, what comes with that are, especially in South Jersey as well as throughout the country, there are different, as you talked about, different financial institutions that can offer you money to purchase that. And these things sometimes aren't readily known, I should say,
Mm,
unless you ask somebody,
yeah.
because people go through life and say, well, I come from a generation where my mom rented, we did great and it was fine. And then now, that's what I'm gonna do because we were always taught we could never own a home because we didn't have enough money.
Mm,
But yet that's not the case.
yeah.
Totally not the case. We understand that, hey, listen, you may have down payment, but may not have closing costs. Or if you want to flip it, say, I got closing costs, but I don't have down payment, or I have,
Mm,
what have you. But being a realtist is that, to me, I know that I feel, more empowered. And I know that I'm right with people, members of my community that I can say, hey, listen, come here. We need to have a conversation. We can talk face to face, one on one. Hey, listen, where are you? What do you need? This is the steps you need to take. And I have a vested, situation with you because I want to see you succeed. Genuinely want to
yeah.
see you succeed. I'm genuinely on the team that I'm going to put a person that's going to be a financial person, a title person, a home inspector. All these people are going to line up that's going to help you to make sure you're successful. And we're all there to keep the lines of communication open and, no necessarily benefit to me, but long as I know at the end of the day, you have the home you want. The process was as easy as we could possibly make it because obviously we know there are humps in the road. We know how this goes, Clara. We know how it goes. But
We,
when you are working with a realtor, that's somebody that definitely has your interests at heart. And it's just very special to me.
mhm.
And being a member of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, yes, I am the president, but what Clara did not say, she was a past president for the last 4 years. And I mean, she has definitely brought me along, taught me so much, and has done such a phenomenal and a wonderful job. And I really appreciate all she's done and all that she continues to do to help the community. And we're always going to be here. South Jersey NARAB is always going to be here. We're not going anywhere. And as I said earlier, we are just going to be a resource for the community to make sure that we can continue to help everybody move forward in the industry of real estate.
Indeed, indeed. And if you are a real estate professional, an agent, a broker, a home inspector, an appraiser, and you practice in the South Jersey area, we invite you to be a part of our family. We welcome you to be a member of the Southern New Jersey chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. If you are looking for services, are the ambassadors, whether you're in New Jersey, South Jersey, North Jersey, Central
Mhm.
Jersey, or across the United States, if you go to the House in the Car website, all of the ambassadors across many of our chapters are listed by state. So
Mhm.
you can connect with a real estate professional who has Avery's heart, you know. The heart of a realtist is the biggest heart in the world because we really do care about the success of the people that we serve. We really do care about what's happening in the community, and we really do care about increasing home ownership for everyone, but specifically for people who are African American right
Yes.
now, because
Yeah.
right now our numbers are down, right? I think we went up under the leadership of Mr. Donnell Williams. We actually increased about six or seven, almost
Yes.
8 percentage points. You know,
Mhm. Yes, exactly.
low 40s. Now we're in the upper 40s, but we're
Mhm.
still under 50% home
Yeah.
ownership. And when the national average for most folks is around 80%,
I
we
know.
we're at the bottom right now, below our Hispanic brothers and sisters, our Asian brothers and sisters,
Mhm.
Caucasian brothers and sisters. We are, in the lowest percentile. So we really want to increase home ownership because it's definitely a wealth building tool, which is why we spend so much time talking about home ownership here on Financial Fridays and those tools and those things that impact home ownership to help you be more successful.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
house in the car for our millennials and for everybody. The Southern New Jersey uh, millennial lunch break is on what, Tuesday?
Uh, no, we're Mondays.
Excuse me, on Mondays. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. We're Mondays, 12 to 12:30, 12:45.
Mhm.
And like I said, we've had a great time. And this Monday coming, we plan to just go through the whole D free process. That's going to be
Oh, nice.
dedicated to the whole,
Oh,
the
nice.
whole show, because we feel that that's something that we really want someone to take away,
Mhm.
and that will really get to the crux and the core of where people are, and have them look themselves in the mirror and say, "Hey, listen, where am I? What do I need to do? Here's the roadmap." So that's what we're going to do on Monday. It's going to be for the whole segment. And like I said, I want everybody to join, because I tell you, between myself and my co-host Latina Gaines, she has a lot of energy, and she's a lot of fun. And we definitely welcome your questions as well. And then also too, there's always a prize at the end of the show.
Yeah, the prizes are kind of cool. So if you register, you can get a prize. And then on Tuesday, we have alternating Millennial Talk Tuesday and Homeownership Change My Life, which is millennials who come on and share their stories, whether they're in the process to purchasing property or they've already purchased a property. They come on and share about their experience. So if you are a millennial extent, what is the other? Extennial, all the annuals.
A millennial, millennial,
Yeah,
and you know, all those
yeah.
things.
Yes, and you want to share your story, reach out. You can call me or uh, email me at info@lyonsviewrealty.com. We would love to, hear your story on our Monday or our Tuesday shows so that, other people who out there who are experiencing this or going through this journey, they're also inspired and know that it is, in fact, uh, possible. Yeah. So Avery, you were saying you bought a home. When did you? How old were you when you bought your first property? Do you remember?
Yeah, when I bought my first property, I was 26 years old.
See, there you go.
And I came from a generation, or my family's growing up. We always owned and purchased homes. And even though when I moved out, I did get an apartment, but I did know that ultimately I did want to, and it was just instilled in me that, hey, listen, you need to buy a property. So that's the way we did things. And my son, he just turned 32, so he's in the process of next year he's going to purchase his first home. So that's just our mindset when we have our discussions and our talks, and even my daughters that are 15 and 17 years old, through conversations and what they plan to do with their lives. It's just always talking about buying a home. It's the word renting doesn't come up, other than the fact that if we go visit my wife's family in Nashville, we rent a car. But other than that, renting doesn't come up. So that's been my my path. And then let me see, I'm in my third home now. So it definitely has worked out for me, and it does create an opportunity, to create wealth and have something for your family, when the time comes, because, I'm not going to be here forever, but, it does, open up opportunities to leverage things when you're trying to take care of your family moving forward.
Yeah.
So,
Bump up. What do they say? They
yeah.
bump up,
Yeah, and I have to admit too that during that process of purchasing, it sort of intrigues you to want to help someone else do that also, because there are some smooth transactions, but there's always a lot of work in learning the process, because we know that it's such a big investment. But you got to live somewhere, so why not own where you live?
Right.
So why not pay your own self, not pay someone else's mortgage, pay your own mortgage. So that's that's my thought also. And if you're renting now, that's fine. It's not a big deal, because like I said, we all need a place to live, but you want to be working towards something, and it is a possibility. I don't know, I don't care. However way, talk to a realtor. We can figure it out for you. It can
Yeah.
happen. It can
Yeah.
happen.
Yes. And even if you can't do it today, we'll help you get to the day that you can do it.
That's
Right.
correct. That is
Yes.
correct.
Yes. And, also purchase what you can afford now.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah. I saw this story. In fact, I posted it on my business page of this 13-year-old who purchased property. And
Wow.
yeah, and did it through I don't know if she did it through a trust or whatever, but starting sooner versus later is the ticket to
Mhm.
um, a legacy of wealth that you just cannot even imagine, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It
Truly.
sets you up for so much in the future, um, if you can start doing it now. So I really, really want to thank you for coming on today. Like I said, our other ambassadors are we're all very, very busy, but
Yeah.
they're handling some things. Tiffany is doing a diversity workshop with her company, which is much needed in this environment. And think Tammy had a closing. Actually, no, she was on her way to an appointment, so
Okay.
she wasn't able to jump on. And
That's okay. So it was just you and I. So that's
yeah,
fine.
and this was great. This was great. Yeah, because a lot of good information. And I just want to thank you, Avery. Oh, there was something else you wanted to say?
Just one more thing. And see, Clara, she just has a way of just being so humble, but she has her financial Fridays, but she neglected to tell you on Tuesday she is the national co-host of House in the Car. So reach out to Clara, talk, get on her show, and you will be on a show that's broadcast nationally to tell your story of whether you're, like she said, at the beginning, in the middle, at the end of the home purchase, a purchase process. But she's just fantastic, and she is just such a great value to our South Jersey chapter. And I just felt the need. I had to put that out there. But she's a
Oh,
national co-host, and I think actually you're the anchor of that show, if I'm correct, on Tuesdays. Correct.
Yeah, yeah, I'm anchor of the show, but the chair of the National House in the Car program is Miss Letitia Grant, and Miss Stephanie Milburn is the campaign manager. So
Mhm.
that's their baby. This is the end of the birthday month, the 1 year anniversary of the House in the Car. So shout out and kudos to Letitia and Stephanie for a phenomenal job of putting that platform together and really creating an environment for us to do what we do, for me to be an anchor, for Southern New Jersey chapter to have a platform as well and a message to reach out to the millennials, to the young people, and to everybody, because
Yeah.
it really is about everybody getting the information that they need, getting the encouragement that they need, getting the tools that they need so that they can move forward and know that they can move forward to be property owners, to invest. I like
Yes.
to use that, to invest in real estate, because it definitely is an investment of your time, your energy, and your money.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's an investment that will always pay off. And I just want to say to people who might be in trouble, don't wait to ask for help,
Mhm.
right? Especially if you have, there's Avery, who is a phenomenal resource. There's myself, any of the ambassadors, any real estate realtist who is a member of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Like I said, we have a tool belt of resources to
Mhm.
assist you. But the longer you wait, the more difficult it is to help um, you come out ahead on your situation.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
you,
Definitely.
you
Definitely.
don't
That's
have
very
to,
cool.
you may not have to lose your house, or you may be able to at least get some income before you release the house and move on to
Mhm.
something else. Like there's so many options of things, but sooner versus later. So if you are, you are distressed, there are distressed solutions for you, and we can assist you with that. Don't
Yeah.
hide under the couch,
That's
come out and say, "Hey, I need
right.
some help. Can you please help me? Can you help me, please?" And we would be more than happy to assist you any way that we can. So, same thing with debt, as Avery said. Write it down so you know what you got going on, and once
Mhm.
you know what you got going on, you can address it.
Yes.
Mm,
Definitely.
and there's no shame in anybody's game. We want to be
No.
transparent. You know, we are a no judgment zone.
No.
We all have issues,
No.
we all have problems, we all have gone through hard
Mhm.
times, and sometimes we're going through hard times right now. We just keep a smile on our face, but we
That's
deal with it, right? So
right.
I just want to encourage you, to do that. Um, as Avery said, I'm going to change my banner here. So Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays, we are here on Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our goal is to provide you with resources, information, and tips that impact your bottom line. We hope that we provided you some information today that was inspiring and that was of value to you. Feel free to like and share this video. We'd appreciate that, whether you're watching live or the replay. And if you have any suggestions for things that you'd like for us to talk about, either on the Monday House in the Car lunch break or here on Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays on Fridays, you can put that down in the comment section. So I just want to thank you for watching today. Um, we just are always sending love, light, and prayers out to anyone who is adversely impacted by this pandemic, and love on our essential employees and those people who are providing those services that we use every day, our healthcare providers, our food preparers, our transportation, police, and fire, and especially our leadership. So I encourage you to take care of yourself, take care of your family, wear your mask,
Yes.
and stay safe. So I'm Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and we stream live on Facebook and YouTube. So you can join us again next Friday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Until then, keep living your best life.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Avery. Appreciate you for joining me this morning. Love you so very, very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. And hopefully we can do this again soon. Okay.
Indeed. Bye.
All right. Take care.